This is Elevated Planet with Jole Gabrielle and John Drew. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us for this live event. And today we have something special in store for you, which John is going to tell you more about.
Thank you, Jole. Hello, everybody. It's great to be here again, and I'm very excited today because today we have with us the great Gary Wimmer, and we went through his NDE about 3 weeks ago, actually, originally, and it was fascinating, and we had so many questions left over. So what better way to actually expand this out than to bring Gary in to the show? I am going to hand you over to Jole, who's then ultimately going to go into her guided meditation when she's ready as well. But Gary, from my point of view, I just want to say thank you. I am really, really grateful for you being here. It's you know,
it's beautiful to both y'all.
I could make this into a series which is going to last several years if I started going through this question. So I better shut up for now. Thanks, Gary. I'll hand you over to Jole now.
You too, John. Thank you, my man.
Hi, Gary. Thank you so
Hi,
much for joining us and allowing for me to ask these questions. And what's so interesting to me is that you talk about the psychic energy, which a lot of us, I mean, we all have it, right? But your experience was amazing. And how can you help us or tell us how you allowed for that rubber to meet the road, meaning those psychic messages and those things that came in, such as you spoke about the piano, right? So when you speak about 12 hours a day, what does that look like, bringing that energy in and then being able to have mastery over something? How did you?
Well, first of all, we accomplish things in life by deciding to do them and practicing, and
right.
At least those two. I knew as a teenager that I was always picking up things intuitively, psychically, spiritually. Went through college reading about this, and I started realizing that yeah, I have more of it. I got 6 brothers, none of them are interested in this except me, you know. So yeah, the more I started realizing that it's a learnable skill like anything, I suggest people nowadays, first of all, believe in your power, believe in your ability to grow. Learn techniques. If you want to learn to play music, listen to people who played music, and they know more about how chords fit together than you do if you don't know anything about it. There's methods, there's techniques, there's people who crossed that road before. And one of the strongest methods ever is meditation. Turning your mind off, giving yourself 2 minutes a day of pure meditation without your mind thinking. Our minds are very helpful, but you know, so is the dishwasher. You don't drag it in your bedroom and crank it on at night when you're trying to sleep. You know?
Right.
So meditation is one of the #1 keys to get yourself, your resonance, your frequency, your vibration, your thought pattern into a receptive space. Because we have to choose to be receptive if we want to receive something. And we can choose at every moment in life to heed the call, because life and our higher mind are always tapping us on the shoulder, especially when we go through challenging times, saying, hey, do you want some insight? But we get to choose whether to go yes or to ignore it. Choice, you know. And if we ignore it, sometime later we'll be confronted with the same thing again, and because we came here to learn some things, and we can delay them, we can ignore them, we can change our minds, but the path, we're going to meet our path one way or another. And so we not only can meet our path, we can make our path better. We can make our path more enlightened, more magical. I started asking my guides in 1977 on a practical level, because I was a musician and I had, like I said, not a good voice, and I was having trouble staying employed. And I asked my guide to help me find gigs, and they did. And then I started asking my guide to help me learn to play the piano. I needed to learn another instrument. Finally, I got some gigs in some local country bands in Texas that I'd never played that much country music, but the big dance halls in those days in 1980, woo, started making a lot of money. I started teaching myself piano at 33. Sitting down learning the scale. By 36, I talked my way into a piano bar. Still a crappy singer, not that good of a player, but I can talk and I can entertain people. I learned to be a good entertainer. It's all about what you can do, not about what you can't say. Hell, I'd like to wake up and sing like Freddie Mercury. It ain't going to happen. I can ask the universe forever, but it ain't going to happen. But I did wake up and learn how to be comfortable with what I am and who I am, and accept the fact that, okay, I ain't going to get a CD deal. I knew that. You know, I listen to music. I know how unique you got to be, you know, the right hair, the right song, or, you know, most people are working musicians, but at least I got to make a living playing music and traveling all over. We can all reach our dreams in a relative way. And the more we allow our own minds and our own hearts, our own souls to interpret our essence, our being as good, our path as being bright, being evolving, learning, then we're expanding. If we choose all the opposite, we're contracting and putting ourselves in cement. It's a choice. It's an absolute choice. Every second is a choice. I have learned through going through so much severe depression, and believe me, I've been there. I've learned to look at every moment in my life, everything I go through, have gone through, am going through, or will go through, as how much it can teach me, show me, liberate me, enlighten me. Why not? You know, it's already obvious that it can throw me off course and hurt me and, you know, lose money or whatever. That's a given. It could screw you up. But why go up to the plate with that kind of bat? If you're going to go up to play with a bat, it's how I'm going to knock the damn ball out of the park with who I am and what I got. Attitude, perspective, intentions, number one. We can change that, and that changes the reality.
So the work is attitude, perspective, and intention. So really approaching this life like you have something to offer, but even receiving, you know, having that perspective of being curious about life instead of judgmental and labeling, right? And having that loving, I guess, intention to spread joy. I mean, but when you think about it, you spoke about being depressed and anxious. There's a lot of us out here that feel like they're in the hamster wheel of depression and anxiety. What could you tell them as to how to release that, like a tangible way to release that? We talk about these concepts, these very big concepts, in perspective, intention. But what does it look like to really do it on a daily basis?
It looks like this. If you want to learn to play the piano, you have to decide to do it, and then you got to practice, because that's the only way you're going to get. You can dream forever about being a golfer or piano player. Where the rubber meets the road, it's practice. Yeah, in any second in time, we can't change so much stuff we can't change, but our intentions and our perspective and our attitudes, they go throughout the universe. You can fool a whole world with your intentions, but you can't fool your universe. You can't fool your higher mind.
But you noticed a time when you were depressed and anxious that it was very difficult to even get to the decision and the practice. So let's deal with the space in between the depression and anxiety and the decision and the practice. That is a wide space right there.
Well, first of all,
for some.
Sure. People go through depression. I mean, look at the anxiety and the frustration of the planet. Now more than ever do we need to tap into our higher mind, our spirituality. And it is a practice and a technique. And yes, it may sound abstract on one hand, but it brings practical results. If you see yourself getting up to the plate in a baseball game, you bring a big bat and a big attitude, knowing that the pitcher can throw the ball anywhere he wants. All you can do is have a big bat and a big attitude. That's perspective and attitude. You can't make him throw the ball. You can't make a lot of things in life work the way you want. You can make yourself work the way you want, and it does take time. But these abstract philosophies of intention and perspectives are not really abstract. They're starting points. They're practical decisions. If you keep playing the same record over and over and over in your head, guess what? It's going to keep playing until you take it off. So yes, on a practical level, intentions attitudes and perspective bring about practical results, different ones depending on where your intentions are at. And the higher you raise your intentions on the good side, best for all, compassionate, wise, forgiving, loving, erasing the blackboard, seeing the good. It doesn't make you naive and stupid because you see the good. It's just like it doesn't make you naive and stupid if you're driving down the road and there's a bunch of damn potholes. Being smart means you steer around them. Doesn't mean they ain't there. It just means you're going to be intentions and attitudes. So on a very practical level, love yourself.
Yes.
Lighten up. Love yourself. Everybody's got pimple and BO. Okay. Let's get over it. We're all human.
Yeah.
Love you.
Correct.
Forgive
And
yourself.
I think the blocks come in when we're disconnected from the different parts of ourselves. That's, I think, a part of what you went through was that all of you began to connect and interconnect with each other to where you had this incredible experience of expansiveness. So maybe through our meditation, what we can do is we can get people to connect, all parts of them to connect, because it seems as if we are separated from even different parts of ourselves, different aspects of our emotions, our minds, our bodies, which then create this separation between each other. So maybe we can begin, with removing any blocks to know what our true perspective, intention, and attitude is, because oftentimes we've been fed, right? We don't know the difference between where we end and begin and another person ends and begin. And through your experience, that became crystal clear, although you're expanding and then you came back down to who and what you were, but you understood that connection.
But I came back with an awareness, very grateful for it, of true power. We can all make our lives work by intentions and attitudes and changing our perspective. We don't have to do the same disdain for our lives or frustration or locked in the same mental attitude we were yesterday. We can stay there, but we don't have to. It's choice. It's choice. And that's the first step toward practical realization of a better life. It's deciding you're going to go there. The first step toward learning to play the piano, decide you're going to do it. And the second step is go do it.
You understood the power that you possess, and you were able to tap into that. And you're saying that, right, that everyone possesses. So that's a great place to begin. Maybe we can help give people their power back in terms of empower your intention, empower your perspective, empower your attitude in a very original way so that you can then fuel your purpose. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for today's meditation. And we want to give a special shout out to Gary Wimmer for all his wonderful nuggets of wisdom and the treasures and blessings he laid upon us today. So as always, please take a deep breath in, put your feet flat on the floor, your palms face up, close your eyes. And for those of you that are laying down, we ask you to please keep your feet flat on the floor for the beginning part of the meditation. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Bring your awareness to your heart, your chest cavity. And from this space, I want you to breathe and command your heartbeat to sync up with your breath. You have an aura layer, which we know as your personal space. Pull that in to be 18 inches around you. It's yours, just command it to be so. Aura layer, I'd like to sit in the center of you with you 18 inches in front and back, to the right and to the left, and above and below me. Now you're going to call your higher self back above you. We all have a higher self and a connection to the divine. This is how we receive the messages, the intuition. We also have a grounding cord, which we are going to create from the heart, from a place of love, which is then going to travel down through our bodies, right there, parallel to the spine, as it moves down painlessly through our bodies and through what we are sitting or laying on. And it moves through the crust of the earth. It begins to move very quickly at the speed of light as it moves through the lithosphere, the asthenosphere, and we root ourselves into Mother Earth, receiving all of the nurturing and the positive and powerful messages she has for us in this reality. Root ourselves, and this grounding cord is 6 inches in diameter. And we call in golden rose-shaped scrubbing bubbles to clean off anybody else's energy, anything we're ready to let go of, anything we are ready to release. These golden rose-shaped scrubbing bubbles blanket the inside and the outside of our grounding cord, bringing us into the present moment and allowing us to clean off our perspectives, intentions, bad attitudes, negativity we may be feeling about our station in life. Removing all of this victim programming, this lack and limitation, this deprivation, this disease and illness we may have created from the lack of love that we feel for ourselves and our environment. Clean this off. Visualize, create, and imagine these beautiful golden rose-shaped scrubbing bubbles, scrubbing off all of the negativity. Take a deep breath in, exhale gently. And I remind you, your heartbeat is synced up with your breath. Your higher self sits above you. Your aura layer is 1.5 feet around you. You sit directly in the center. And you are grounded and rooted into Mother Earth from a place of love, with 6 inches in diameter grounding cord being cleaned off by the loving life force energy of infinite mind, creator of all that is. And now I would like for you to please place a golden sun above your head, filling it up with unconditional love. And as you open your crown, like you would the lens of a camera, and you call in this golden sun as it begins to fill up your head, focuses itself down, comes into that heart, expands, and then it melts down, cascades down that grounding cord as those golden rose-shaped scrubbing bubbles fall away into Mother Earth, turning into positive creative life force energy for anyone to use as that unconditional love cascades down behind it. Moving you into the present moment, which we know is the point of power. We cannot control the past or the future, but what we can do is make choices that empower us in this moment. As you take a deep breath in and exhale, bringing your awareness back into that heart chakra, and now turning, visualizing, creating, and imagining all those blood cells that are pumping throughout your body, turning into heart shapes. As you move this energy throughout your body, you allow for your heart to pump this love into each organ and system in your body, leaving no stone unturned, moving out disease and illness with it. As you bring your awareness to the center of your head, and here what we are going to do is work to turn those negative thoughts and intentions, those negative attitudes and perspectives into something that support us, into positivity, so that we can decide what we want to do, how we want to hook into that free will, and create a purpose and a practice around it, which allows us to empower our attitude, our intentions, and our perspectives, so that we can connect positively, removing and resolving all the blocks within us that keep us separated from ourself, those deep parts of ourselves that can heal us and expand us and connect us with our environment and those around us. So allow for this energy of unconditional love to pulsate throughout your body as you work in the center of your head, removing and resolving, making the decision, I remove, depression. Send it down that grounding cord. I remove anxiety. I choose to have positive energy. I choose to accept the power that is there for me. I receive the unconditional love, the psychic energy, the positive intention, the positive perspective, and I take on a positive attitude, which allows for me to engage my psychic energy in order to practice manifesting my purpose, whatever that may be for you, in an open channel of unconditional love. So hold the space and see yourself in this new energy. As you take a deep breath in, exhale, I'm going to gently remind you that you are grounded and rooted into Mother Earth with a grounding cord from a heart-centered space connected to that chest cavity, 6 inches in diameter, rooted and grounded. Your aura layer is 1.5 feet around you. Your higher self is above you. And that astral body is snapped in as well. As you sit in the center of your head, removing and resolving any depression, anxiety, any fear, as you receive that unconditional love, as you allow for that love to pulsate throughout your body, filling you up, connecting you with all of the places and spaces that you may be refusing to go, that have that wisdom and knowledge to open you up and expand you from a loving space so that you can connect not only with your personal power to receive those psychic messages and that intuition, but so that you can connect with others as well in order for us to elevate the planet. Simultaneously, while gaining mastery over ourselves, letting go of any labels and any judgments, getting curious about our purpose and the plan that we have in this incarnation from a place of love. So just breathe, hold the space, clear your mind, and decide today to let go of the anxiety and the depression and allow for that love to move throughout your body and empower you with a purpose to connect your intuition and your action from a place of power. Just let it flow. Know that your higher self is taking all of this in. It knows what to do. Trust yourself. As Mr. Wimmer teaches us, listen to yourself, trust yourself, and open up the space for you to embrace your power. Take a deep breath in, exhale, and see the picture of your purpose and that loving manifestation of divine energy pouring forth from you out into the world. Grab hold of your free will. Grab hold of the trust that you have for the divine energy and step into your power and your purpose. Take a deep breath in, exhale. And I'd like for you to close your crown chakra. Bring your awareness back into your heart space and that place of love. Take a deep breath in, exhale. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes.